Welcome to another episode of The Pickpocket. Here at The Pickpocket, we utilize the NBA category in the Fanduel app to help you win money. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and also be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to read this notice right here. Very important. We finally made it to the weekend. Finally. If you're new to the channel, feel free to use 90% of a mock lineup that we provide for you guys and substitute players where you see fit to get your own taste for your own lineup. There is no easy lineup tonight. It's slim pickings. Derrick Rose has been smooth sailing since back in New York. Houston is struggling guarding the point guard position. Expect a motivated Rose to continue balling. Brogdon is kind of similar to Sabonis. They won't do anything flashy or ESPN worthy, but at the end of the night, numbers are worth picking every time they play. Because they stuffed the stat sheet. Atlanta is coming off a back-to-back in which they got clobbered by San Antonio. They can't control any position, especially the point guard position. Clarkson had a good night, and if Conley is still out, anticipate another huge night. Miami is horrible at stopping shooting guards. For someone like Clarkson, who primarily scores the ball, that's music to his ears. Brown is here to fill in. If he gets good minutes, he's solid all around. Durant is back and playing his old team. Honestly, he could be playing a church team. It doesn't matter who he's playing. Durant is going to get his stats. Nobody's going to stop Durant. You could put 10. You could stack 10 Scottie Pippens. You could stack them on top of each other, and Durant will still find a way to score. That guy is ridiculous. Anticipate Durant to score the highest FDP tonight. He's going against his old team. We expect him to come out very aggressive. Ingles continues to enjoy the extra clock he's getting with Conley out, primary scorer, but his couple rebounds and assists help. Draymond Green is the ultimate stat stuffer. This game is built for him. Rebounds and assists. And assists will have his FDP on steroids if Brooklyn doesn't put them away early. Sabonis is a lock, 40 FDP a night, and he's playing Atlanta. Book it. DeMarcus Cousins is the cheapest best option tonight, and he's playing New York. You'll need that salary. Game stack lineup. Golden State and Brooklyn. We tried to fit Steph in, but it's just not enough games and players to make up for the salary cut you'll be taking. McConnell continues to be that solid guard off the bench, and his good value play, you'll need his good value play because it's going to help you for this lineup. Harden seems to be the odd man out when all three of the Brooklyn Stars are playing. In terms of shot attempts, he still manages good number of rebounds, assists, and comes up with those passing lane steals. Kelly Oubre has had a strong string of games for Golden State. His scoring is always good, but it's been the other parts of the stat sheet he's been doing well with. This should be a high scoring and really up and down. Brooklyn will be with no bigs either. So he will have plenty of shots at the rim, rebounds, and his favorite putback dunks. Jimmy Butler is Miami's only hope of upsetting Utah. Bam is a solid option, but we don't like his matchup versus Rudy Gobert, aka I like to call him Gobert. Draymond Green is the best option outside of the big three. You can go Harris. You can go Harris as well. Jeff Green. I apologize for that. Jeff Green is the best option outside of the big three. You can go Harris as well, but Harris isn't hitting the glass as much. Harris has the potential to score more because of his shooting. Game stack lineup. Miami and Utah. Kendrick Nunn is still filling in for Dragic. No Conley should help him perform at least to his average. Kyrie Irving will have little to no resistance in doing whatever he wants to do. Only time he can hurt your lineup is when he's missing shots. Other than that, if he's scoring well and getting a couple of assists and steals, he'll cover that average. Donovan Mitchell, the highest scoring Jazz player, a man on a mission recently and stepping up in a major way. Being a major issue since Conley has been out. It was scary when he has only scored. Now he's making noise in other parts of the stat sheet. basically he mad at what Shaq said, and now Donovan Mitchell is starting to do a lot of other things on the floor. He's getting rebounds, he's getting assists. You know, he's becoming more of an all-around player. Cam Reddish is just filling in the lineup. He should see his average in his game, or maybe more. Atlanta coming off getting smashed, so they should all be motivated to bounce back. Holiday is that quiet player who doesn't do one thing right, but multiple things to help his FDP. Atlanta will give him every chance to get that high FDP. Nerlens Noel will likely step in for Mitchell Robinson if he sits with injury, and the more he plays, the more his FDP increases. He rebounds and blocks well, but he's playing versus no rim protection as well. Tate is that fill-in for Houston, a game which we think will be terrible but have someone go off. Rudy Gobert, I would just call him Gobert because I like Gobert. But anyway, Rudy Gobert is the second highest scoring Jazz player. He's balling. Well, since Rudy's balling, I'll call him Gobert, but if he has a bad game, he's going back to Gobert. Stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. What on earth are you waiting for, man? Good matchup lineup. This lineup is meant to show you who has the best matchups tonight at each position, meaning the opposing team ranks bottom of the league in FDP allowed. You can sub them with teammates who are cheaper as well. Be sure to look at this lineup here. All right, for the rest of this presentation, you're going to see these symbols throughout the rest of this presentation. Feel free to revert or rewind back to this page to look at the definition of these symbols, because the definition of these symbols will do a lot of the explaining for you. You can also take a picture with your cellular device as well. Cheat sheet. This is a star player lineup. Star players we believe will have the best night at the position. So feel free to look at all these guys that we put on this particular page. This is the end of the presentation. Be sure to like the video, share the video, comment your questions or concerns. And thank you for choosing another episode of the Pickpocket DFS.